Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy Big T. Welcome back to Football Talk. We're here to recap Week 7 of the NFL season, so let's do this. Alright, starting out with the Thursday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. This wasn't much of a contest. Fortunately, Brian Hoyer left the game with it appeared to be a broken arm or a broken shoulder. Forgot which one it was. So Green Bay wins this one pretty easy, 26-10. Next game, New England and Pittsburgh. You know what, guys? I kept thinking this was going to be a really tight game in Pittsburgh, but once again, Patriots offense comes out firing all cylinders, and they beat Pittsburgh pretty soundly, 27-16. The next game, London game, another London game, guys. You know, I don't know about you, the London games are somewhat entertaining. I get the NFL's trying to try to promote the game overseas and stuff, but I just don't see what the big deal is. I think it's a more pain in the butt to fly all the way out there, play a game in front of people that half the people probably don't even know what it is. Because look, NFL, they have something out there that's called football. It's called what we call soccer over here. Very popular game. It's been there for a long time. So I don't know. So the New York Giants and the LA Rams played. This was a close game, but the Giants win this one by a touchdown, 17-10. Next game, Cleveland and Cincinnati, another rivalry game here. Once again, poor Cleveland Browns. Just another loss, 0-7. Not good. So they lose this one. Cleveland loses this one by a score of 31-17. Next game, Washington and Detroit. Detroit wins this one by a slim margin of 20-17. Matthew Stafford, you know, guys, I think he is has been playing pretty lights out football. You know, I think he could be a candidate for, MVP honors. You know, I really think he could. I mean, he's been playing lights out football. He's been playing really good at that position. I thought he was going to struggle with Calvin Johnson retiring, but, you know, hey, it's still in the season, but we'll see what happens. Next game, Oakland and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Oakland wins this one pretty soundly, 33-16. Next game, the Kansas City Chiefs against the New Orleans Saints. Kansas City wins this one 27-21. That was a pretty close game there. Next game, this is like a really big upset win here for the Miami Dolphins against the Buffalo Bills. They win this one by a score of 20-25. I watched that game before I watched the Pats game. I gotta tell you, that was a really good game by Miami. I mean, they came all the way back in that fourth quarter, took a lead, and held it. You know, give them credit for that win. Next game, this is a big shocker. Baltimore and the New York Jets. I thought Baltimore, the way they've been playing this year, I thought they were going to go in and just destroy New York. But New York, on their home field, wins this one by a score of 24-16. You know, that was a pretty shocking game because I was really shocked that they put up 24 points with all the struggles that they've been having. They did have Geno Smith start the game originally, but he left with an injury. Ryan Fitzpatrick took over again, but there have been reports that he has a torn ACL, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. Next game, Philadelphia and the Minnesota Vikings. Philadelphia finally does it. Hands the Vikings their first loss of the season. Philadelphia wins this one by a score of 21-10. Pretty good game by the Eagles at Philadelphia. Next game, Indy against the Tennessee Titans. Indy goes in, plays a pretty good second half, and they win this one by a score of 34-26. Next game, San Diego and Atlanta. This is a tough game, but San Diego comes out with a slight victory by 3 points, 33-30. What an unbelievable game that was. Next game, Tampa and San Francisco. Not much of a contest here, guys. Tampa wins this one by a score of 34-17. Now here's a really interesting game. If anybody watched this Sunday night matchup between the Seahawks and the Cardinals, they tied, which is a very rare occasion in the NFL you see teams tie. You might see it once every couple of years, but I never would have expected these two teams to tie at the end of the game. So this game winds up being 6-6, and it's a tie. It's marked down as a tie. So not very entertaining. Not a very entertaining game, guys. I mean, there was a lot of mistakes in that game. So the last game, the Monday night game between the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos. Guys, this one was pretty much lopsided. I thought that it was gonna be a close matchup, but I said in my previous video that Denver on their home turf is gonna be hard to beat, and Osweiler, going in against his former team there and pretty much just gets destroyed. Pretty sad to see that. That's going to do it for the scores for Week 7, but also one more note too. This was reported yesterday. Adrian Foster retires, guys. This is a kind of a big shocker, retiring. But I think just looking at him, watching how he played, just really, sometimes, guys, when you can't do what you've done for years, sometimes it's just, you have to hang it up, unfortunately. He was an excellent player for Houston in his prime, but I think just the injuries just really were too much for the poor guy. To Adrian Foster, best of luck, man. You were a terrific running back. I enjoyed watching you, so best of luck to your retirement, man. All right, so like I said, that's going to do it for Week 7. Let's make some predictions for Week 8. Let's do this. All right, guys, so before we make our predictions for Week 8, I went 9-6 last week for my predictions for Week 7. So hopefully I can do better this week. So I got here on my little paper here again. All right, so for the Thursday night matchup, which will be tomorrow, I have the Jaguars beating the Titans by a slim margin, by a touchdown, 17-10. New England against Buffalo. Guys, I think this game can go either way. Buffalo's been playing unbelievable football. I mean, despite their loss this past week. It's always tough to go up there in Buffalo and play. I don't care what anybody else says. It's hard to go up there and play Buffalo. But I think with Tom Brady back in the lineup, I think the Patriots are going to probably win this one. Now, I could be completely wrong. Like I said, Buffalo's a very hard place to win up there. But I'm 50-50 on it. But I'm going to go with New England on this one, 21-17. But I think it can go either way this game, I think. But we'll have to see what happens. Next game, Washington against the Cincinnati Bengals. I have the Bengals win this one by 3 points, 13-10. New York against Cleveland. Sorry, Cleveland. I think the loser's just going to keep happening, guys. Jets win this one 21-7. Next one, Detroit against Houston. I have Houston win this one by a touchdown, 27-23. Next game, Kansas City against Indy. I think this will be a close defensive matchup. Kansas City will win this one by a slim margin, 17-7. So pretty much by like 10 points. Next game, New Orleans against the Seahawks. It's like I think this is going to be another entertaining game. This is going to be a Seahawks win, I believe, to make up for that tie last week. They're going to get this one 13-10, 3-point win. Win. Why I said win. Win. All right, Oakland against Tampa. I have Oakland beating Tampa right here, 27-10. Next one, Arizona and Carolina. Carolina's been having their problems. I don't see it getting any better. I think just another loss here. Arizona wins this one 27-10. Next game, San Diego and Denver. I don't see Denver losing twice to San Diego. I think they'll have their problems in the first half, but I think Denver will pull away with this one 21-10. Denver win. Next game, Green Bay and Atlanta. I think this will be a high-scoring game. But I think Atlanta at home, the way they've been playing this year, I have them winning 28-21. Next game, our Sunday night matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. I think Dallas at home. I like Dallas. I think this will be another close defensive matchup. I have Dallas winning this one 21-17. And then my final matchup, Minnesota against Chicago Bears. Guys, I don't see Minnesota losing 2 games in a row, and especially against Chicago with all the problems that they've been having this year. But I have Minnesota winning this one 21-10. And then to also give you the teams that are on bye week this week are Baltimore, the Giants, Miami, Pittsburgh, LA, and San Francisco. So those are the teams that are on a bye week this week. So that's going to do it for this week for Football Talk. Guys, like I said before, leave a comment. I want to hear what you think is going on. I want to hear what you think. Who's going to win this week? Who's your, standout player or standout team so far? And also, write about Adrian Foster. What do you think of him retiring, guys? It's like I said, it's very sad to see him go, but when you have to hang it up, you hang it up. So, all right, so that's gonna do it for this episode. Subscribe for more content. Social media below. Always remember to be kind, generous, love one another. As always, I will see you. Yes, you. Right there. I see you right there in the video. I see you. Be kind, generous, love one another as always. I will see you on the other side, my friends. Bye!